Curious Shell with part 2 of What Would Men Say About Women's Bodies. Now we've got Jeremy, Jason, and Ernie back again because they have a lot more to say.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm single, a graphic designer, writer, and illustrator.
Hi, I'm Jason. I'm married. My wife and I have a 2-year-old daughter, and I'm a professional writer.
Hey, my name's Ernie G. I am single, and I am a professional stand-up comedian.
Let's pick up right where we left off. I'm wondering if you guys know the sizes of women. You know?
It's a mystery. There's no logic to it.
Not only do we
size
not
34
know
waist because it's 34 inches.
We know cups. That's about it.
Not only do we not know, we don't care.
You know, a lot of women in the country are like a size 16 and up. So I'm just wondering what you think about like larger women.
I think that there's a lot of women of larger figure that have confidence. They've got poise, and they know how to accentuate their positive features, and that's attractive. And even when you are alone with the clothes off, that same sensibility carries itself in the bedroom. And you're like, I'm comfortable with this woman. She's comfortable with herself. She's comfortable with me. I'm comfortable with her. And that works.
There's different body types that accommodate different amounts of weight gain. Like some body types, like you would just never guess how much they weigh because their figure is totally, works for that. There's a certain threshold. It's like, that's just unhealthy. There's one thing to be like, that's kind of the weight you maintain, that's kind of where you live at, that's where your body naturally tends to gravitate. But then there's, your body's not tending to gravitate towards being over 2 bills. You weigh more than me. What is going on right now? Is it that our relationship is in trouble and you're just really unhappy?
I think it's about being lumpy. If there's parts of your body that are lumpy, because the thing is, if someone, I'm going to lay it out like this, as opposed to being straight down. You can curve out more, but you're still, it's still within, I think when your body still curves out, it's within your natural proportions. It's when you go from, expanding in a curve to lump. If you got a lump where you didn't have lumps before, that's something where it's like you're carrying extra weight that you don't need. And it's not healthy. It's not that attractive.
Junk in the trunk? Lump in the trunk.
Junk in the trunk, lump in the trunk.
You're writing all the copy for us, man.
That's hilarious.
So since you're talking about lumps, this is a question that I am like blushing over asking about already, and you already mentioned it. Women spend hundreds of dollars trying to get rid of this and hide it, and it's called cellulite.
Cellulite.
So my question is, what do you think about cellulite?
To be honest with you, it is really obvious and apparent to me that we are in Los Angeles, California right now, and doing this interview not too far from Hollywood. Because, dude, we have the most gorgeous women, I think, in the world right here in LA, and they're so obsessed with their physicality. I think we go anywhere across the country, and people are way more concerned with, do we connect on a spiritual level, on an emotional level? Are we here? The girls who obsess about cellulite and like your friends talking about numbers and I'm a 10, I'm an 8, I'm a 6. I'm not sure if that's what it's all about. There is something to be said for polishing your stone and having your stone be as polished as it can be to present yourself as this beautiful woman. I get that. But at some point, you got to stop worrying about that. Love yourself and then worry about connecting in an emotional level with the guy that you're trying to attract. If I choose not to go out with you because of your cellulite, am I the kind of guy you want to be with anyways?
If I meet a woman and I like her and she does have the cellulite, it's one of those things where it's not something I would look for in a woman. I'm not turned on by it. But by the same token, even though it's not a feature I care for, it's not a deal breaker.
There's a huge fundamental difference between the math that men and women do when they think about these issues. With women, it's like, what's my body index? What do I have cellulite? What about my size? 8, 10, what is it?
Does my blush match my eyes?
There's like this really complex algorithm that women use to figure out how they feel about themselves. And with the guy, it's like, how do I feel when I look at her? Good. How do I feel when I'm around her? Good. Done.
Exactly.
Math complete. It's much simpler.
A big fear that some women have is that if I gain a certain amount of weight, he's going to go.
A lot of my friends, I've seen them getting divorced, and none of them have said, well, we got divorced because she had cellulite.
Yes!
It was the linchpin of our entire marriage. It just fell apart because she gained some weight. So it's always one or both of them is just horribly emotionally unhealthy. And how that translated physically was just sort of a symptom, but the real root of the problem is emotional health. And so I'd say if you work on, if a woman and men and women both work on emotional health, we can be a lot more physically healthy and capable of a relationship that's the kind that they'd like to be in.
That's our episode about women's bodies. I want to thank you so much for watching, and a big, huge thank you to Jeremy, Jason, and Ernie for giving us their time and their insight. We'll see you again soon.
What I love about women is they make a man feel like a king. I believe every man wants to be a hero and every man wants to be a king. And if a woman makes a man feel like a king, I promise you, we will treat you like a queen.
Mostly it's about breast size though, right? Mostly breast size.
Oh, yeah.
I should have said that one.
Come right to the center.
I think we're still rolling.
They got it. That's good.
I think we're still rolling.
Turn it upside down. And make